We're standing in the foyer waiting for the solicitor, and the tenant has just walked in with his girlfriend. I cannot believe the cheek of the man. He's actually turned up. He owes me £3,000 in rent, and he's actually turned up. So this is going to be quite interesting. They would have smashed the place up. This guy never ceases to amaze me.
Nicholas Parrington has been renting out his one-bedroom house in Hemel Hempstead since he moved out 8 years ago.
Decided to rent the property out when I moved in with my partner. Had a few problems, had some prostitutes in there for a short period of time. Then I let the house out to this couple that didn't speak very good English. The woman seemed quite nice, and they had a baby, which made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
But after just 1 month, the couple got behind with the rent.
Alarm bells rang when this chap rang me up to say that he had a few money problems. Haven't paid me a single penny since. We went down there and asked him to leave, and at that point he told me to effing sue him.
Nicholas isn't suing them, but with £2,000 owing, he has started court proceedings to have them evicted. Today, he's heading to the flat to check on its condition. When he last visited, he got a nasty surprise. It looks like the couple are subletting to at least 6 other Romanians.
When I went up the stairs, there were about 3 guys lying in bed, all collapsed out asleep in the upstairs bedroom. Presumably they'd just come back for some sort of night shift. They all had towels over the windows to try and keep the light out. So, but every time I've ever been in there, there's been a different set of people in there for some reason. So I don't quite know what the setup is.
They were banging on the door at 11:45 last night.
Yeah. Why?
Wait,
What, your door?
Yeah, I'm sure
Why?
it was I don't know. So I woke up, went to the side door and looked, and their door was open. They just leave rubbish everywhere.
Yeah, I've been told that. They're an absolute nightmare.
They knocked on my door to get my internet code.
Did they?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not giving you my password for that. So
They got so much cheek, it's unbelievable. Oh dear. It's a nightmare situation, unfortunately.
Isn't it awful?
With the court case just days away, Nicholas is hoping his nightmare will soon be over. Nicholas Parrington is battling to get his home back from a Romanian couple who not only owe him almost £3,000 in unpaid rent, but seem to be subletting the property to at least 6 other fellow migrants. Nicholas is heading to court to try to get them evicted.
My legal fees have probably worked out to around about getting on for £700–800, and all I've got due to come back from them would probably be about £1,100–1,200 deposit. Someone mentioned to me the other night, why don't you take out a private, why don't you sue them for the rest of the money? Well, I said to him, well, where would you like to try and sue some Romanians? At which point he said, yeah, point taken. I can understand that.
Nicholas doesn't expect his tenants to turn up to court, but he gets a nasty surprise.
We're standing in the foyer waiting for the solicitor, and the tenant has just walked in with his girlfriend. I cannot believe the cheek of the man. He's actually turned up. He owes me £3,000 in rent, and he's actually turned up. So this is going to be quite interesting. I would like to actually go over and kick him, really, but unfortunately I don't think it will go down too well. Very interesting, very interesting.
Nicholas and his solicitor present their case in court. Over an hour later, his tenants are out first. To Nicholas and his solicitor Elliot's surprise, it would appear they know how to play the game. Despite the tenant's apparent ploy, the judge chose in Nicholas's favour.
We got a possession order in 7 days, so we'll be able to put in a bailiff in a week tomorrow.
The tenants appear to have left, though Nicholas can't get into his property to check.
I can't get in. the locks have been changed. God almighty, nightmare, isn't it? No.
The bailiff turns up.
Matt, bailiff, nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
How you doing?
Somehow or other, my keys don't work anymore. No one ever uses the front door.
Okay.
So it's just the back door. So I think we'll have to let the locksmith. I had a look through the letterbox. There's nothing in the front room.
Okay, I'm just gonna have a knock on the front door.
Yeah, okay.
It appears the tenants have left and locked Nicholas out as a parting gesture.
Hello?
But a phone call from the police
Yes?
suggests there may be even more serious reasons for their sharp exit.
Oh, right. Is he in custody or? Right. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. Well, it appears our tenant has been arrested. Don't know what for. Obviously, the police won't tell me. Don't think so. He's a generally unsavoury sort of bloke, really, isn't he?
Who's that that called you? Was it the police?
That's the police. They're on their way. They'll be here in 10 minutes.
Oh, right, okay.
So they obviously want to have a quick look inside, see if there's any
Any evidence?
or anything like that. So.
Obviously, in that case, when we go inside, don't touch anything.
No.
In fact, if you don't mind, until the police show up, if you allow me entry, just to make sure
Yep.
the place is safe.
Not only is Nicholas locked out of his house, it's now potentially a crime scene.
Oh, here he is, Mr. Locksmith.
The locksmith arrives, but he has more bad news for Nicholas.
Try this one, it might be some time, mate, because it's a British standard cylinder on and they're made.
Not to get in.
Not to get in, exactly, yeah. Okay, I'll crack one and get it sorted.
Wouldn't be a cheap lock, would it?
The locksmith is using every bit of kit in his toolbox and every trick up his sleeve.
Don't want you getting back in your house, does he?
Oh, doesn't he? What was he done?
Try security locks on your doors and whatever.
Has he? He's a bastard, this bloke. Yeah, everything all right. Just waiting to get in the bloody place to see if there's any damage been done, that's all.
Have you spoken to the neighbours at all?
They've rang me on an occasion and asked me when.
The police have arrived, keen to search the house.
I mean, they've been run ragged, the poor buggers, you know.
But they'll need to get in first.
Can't we dynamite it?
It's causing a bit of a stir in the neighbourhood.
They've changed the locks and they put very, very good ones on them. Obviously, didn't want people to come in. They might have to break the glass, but we're going to have to ring.
We're in.
Ah, we're in. Hooray!
Please!
That wasn't easy, was it?
Certainly wasn't.
It's taken nearly half an hour for the locksmith to break in, and there's a queue of people keen to inspect the property. But it only takes seconds to get into the outbuilding.
Brilliant. Not too bad, really. They haven't smashed it up.
The police gather their evidence, leaving Nicholas free to finally check his property.
Dirty bastards. Right, toilet's broken.
And there's one final surprise for the landlord.
It was wired like that, tight together. So it's not as if like it is inside the cable. It was left effectively as a trap, so that as you pulled that thing down like I did, the two wires shorted together because they'd been stripped, and it was always going to go bang, which is not very nice, really. It's like a booby trap almost.
After 5 months of stress and worry, a booby-trapped house that might also be a crime scene, endless complaints from his long-suffering neighbours, and losing over £4,000 worth of rent, Nicholas Parrington's nightmare is finally over.
Good result today. I'm quite happy. No major damage done.
Hey.
It's nice being a landlord when you've got a good tenant. It's a nightmare being a landlord if you've got a bad one. Hopefully, at last, we can put it all behind us.